Hello there, Atheist Junior here, your friend and humble narrator, and doing something a little bit different, uh, doing a gaming live stream. So let me turn this audio down. Yeah, okay. So doing something a little bit different today. Um, Doing a little bit of a live stream, uh, gaming, maybe Q&A. I'll probably unlist this stream after it goes offline. Because I don't expect to, you know, rake in the views with this one. No, I can say tomorrow though, I've got a good one for you guys, and I fully expect that stream to do well, like the previous one did, um, about Kent with Aiden and Big Bad Mama, about Kent over addressing the rumors again. That stream was a ton of fun, and it's already at like 3,000 views. So thank you guys so much. Okay, let me just make sure my audio is okay. Alrighty, cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna be messing around in this game and answering some questions or whatever from you guys. Talking about stuff for the channel, and yeah. So, Elatro, if you've never played it, it's sort of like Texas Hold'em, basically. It's like poker, but it has a ton of modifiers and cards that change how cards work. You can remove cards and add cards, and there's, it's sort of like just a really modified version of Texas Hold'em where you have to reach a certain level of points for this the small blind, the big blind, and then uh, there's a third one which always has some modifier that makes it extra hard. So yeah, all right, let me just bring up the video on my phone so I can see the comments. Okay. Yeah. So uh, I've seen creators like uh, Holy Kool-Aid. I know that he will do videos or he'll do live streams on twitch.tv where he'll be like watching. I saw one where he was watching a Kent Hovind video and he was playing Super Mario Maker, and then he had the chat also going and asking questions, and yeah, I enjoyed that. It seems like a lot of multitasking, which I'm not great at, but it was, I'm trying to think of ways where I can really help the channel grow because, I'm super grateful for the platform that I have, but part of being on YouTube is, in a way, the way the dashboard works encourages this. You really never satisfied with, you know, uh, you don't want to stagnate. You always want to be, obviously, you always want to be getting more views and having your subscriber count increasing, and not only having views, comments, and engagement from your core viewers, but new viewers. No, yeah, I'm willing to talk about whatever. Like this is just a casual stream. So tomorrow, see, oh, I messed up. See, tomorrow we're gonna be doing a stream. It's gonna be me, if everything goes to plan. It's gonna be me, Aiden, my co-host, Big Bad Mama again, and Carasio Tomato is going to be joining us. So it's going to be a four-person live stream panel. I think it's really going to be good because Kent Hovind, it was already bad enough what he basically did or what he admitted to on the addressing the rumors video that me and Big Bad Mom and Abe looked at, talking about Oh, look at that. I got a. Is that a, no, I don't have a jack. Um, that he has this woman come stay at him at DAL, and the narrative with Kent is that this woman is like destitute. She has nowhere else to go. She has to stay at DAL. You know what I mean? That's your last option, according to Kent. That's the way he presents this. And Kent says, "Okay, sure, you can stay here, but you'll have to help, keep the cabins clean for the other visitors, and your daughters, they have to help out if they're not in school." And Kent says, "Oh, if they're not in school," and they weren't. But what Kent doesn't really make clear is that these girls were on summer vacation. I mean, it's September. Kent said that for several months, these girls and their mom was at DAL. So that basically says that they were there this past summer. So the girls were not in school because they would have been on summer vacation. Kent makes it out like, oh, the girls, if they're not in school, then they have to work and help out at DAL, as if they're truant from school because their mom is like, you know, so destitute that she's having to go to DAL as a last resort and can't even take them to school. No, they were on summer vacation. You know, um, so they're on summer vacation, but if according to Kent, if they're there at DAL and using the air conditioning, then they have to get up by 7:30 a.m. every day, wake up at 7:30 a.m. and be at a staff meeting, by 7:45 a.m. I don't know why girls that are like 15 and probably 13, just say like 13, 14, 15, because he says they're teenagers. The oldest one is he thinks is 15, so we'll just say that those are the ages. I don't know why they would be treated as staff. They're not old enough to actually work or have a job. They're not even 16. They're not even 15. Well, one of them's 15. Some places will let you work at 15, like Six Flags. But, there are child labor laws to protect children from this sort of thing. Uh, Hope you know that, Ken. uh, but yeah, so they're on summer vacation, and Kent says that they have to be up by 7:45 to be in the staff meeting. And they didn't wake up on time or whatever. So Kent goes into the room of the oldest one and pulls the mattress, pulls the corner of the mattress up so she falls out of bed, and then poured a cup of water on her to wake her up. And she said that she was in her underwear. Yeah. Why is it that Kent Hovind cannot seem to stop getting involved in situations that involve under young boys and women and with no sound? Can you guys hear me? Um, Young boys and women and sexual situations. You know, like why is it? Oh no, no Aiden this time. Tomorrow, tomorrow I'm gonna do a stream with me, Aiden, Big Bad Mama, and Cariso. If you guys haven't seen his channel, you definitely should check that out. But yeah, why is it that Kent can't seem to avoid being involved, or his friends being involved in situations involving young boys and girls in sexual situations? Kent was in his undies too. Yeah. Oh, I was in my underwear. And Eric Hovind, he still has my underwear and my Swiss Army knife and my dildo and my razor blade and my collection of porno mags. Oh, Aiden is like my little disciple. I've taken him under my wing. Oh, can't. Hello. Hello, Tyranotherum. Don't worry, the stream's not about politics. I know that makes you run away screaming. Just kidding. So, Joker. Kent's a Joker. Um, yeah, if you guys are not on my Discord server, you definitely should be. Um, Absolutely, it's the place to be. Because, you know, I will say, there are atheist channels that have Discord servers, and you can join them, but they're bigger, they're more spread out, they have a ton of channels, and generally it seems like the creators don't post on their own Discords as much as maybe they should. But with my Discord, I've been told that it's a lot of a smaller, closer knit community, and I'm always posting in there. I want to interact with my viewers and fans or whatever. I don't even like that term, but yeah. So I have been told it's more of a cozy atmosphere or vibe or whatever, which I think I sort of foster on my channel as well. So at least I'm trying to. But you know, atheism, I think, is such an important issue in this election year, especially because we're seeing more and more the rise of Christian nationalism and white nationalism being being normalized. You know, they want to. You see outrageous things from the conservatives, but the reason that they're so outrageous all the time, and the reason that like 9 out of 10 times the things they say are not true, or they're lies, or they're either deliberate deception, or they're basically just wrong based on incompetence, and it's always shocking. Yeah, the reason they do that is because that 1 out of 10 times that they're actually genuine, that's when they're going to try and slip in the most horrible thing that they really want to get away with and that they really are serious about. So just think about that the next time you see a story about conservatives saying that people are eating cats. Yeah, there's evil immigrants are eating our cats and taking our jobs. Okay. No, the reason that they make up these ridiculous racist or sexist shocking claims is to basically make it so we're so numb to it. We're so used to the fucking clownery that when we're, you know, passed out from exhaustion, that's when they sneak through the back door with the actual Nazi shit. And, you know what I mean? The stuff they actually want to try and get away with and sneak into our government and presidency and all that. It's so fucked, you know? Our country is in such a horrible place right now. I mean, I'll be voting for Kamala, but... Oh, shit, I said I wasn't going to talk about politics. Oh, well. If you don't like it, then you can leave. If you don't like politics, go away. Or, you know, watch something else. Nah, I won't get political. I might be playing some Resident Evil later, too. Sorry. I love Resident Evil. That's probably one of my all-time favorite game series. My favorite is probably Metal Gear Solid. I can't wait for the remake they're doing of the third one. It's gonna be really good. But yeah, I love Resident Evil as well, so I might play some of that later. I just thought that this was a good game for a stream just because it's simple, it's chill, and you know, I'm already not very good at video games, so for me to try and I'm bad at video games, and streaming is hard enough as it is. It might not look like it, but it is difficult. And trying to stream while playing a demanding game, it's just like I just die, you know, I freeze up. Okay. I'm trying to find uh, my app for my lights. Oh well, I'll do it later. So how are you guys doing? How's your weekend going? I hope you guys checked out the new short I posted where I was telling off Lupin. That guy is such a jerk, I swear. Oh, dang it. Okay. Alright, I need to actually... See, I'm so bad at multitasking. Give me a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. What's the name of this app? It's Philips Hue. Okay. Philips Hue. There we go. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't saying anything important anyway. So, yeah. I was just talking about how I was trying to fix my light strip, and it wasn't working. That's all. So, I saw the Planet Peterson debate. I don't know if I was muted when I was talking about that, but I saw the Planet Peterson debate. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm sure some of you have. And he destroyed Kent. I think it was the worst Kent's ever lost a debate. I think it was basically the best one since Professor Dave, since Phil Ludlow. Like, he destroyed Kent worse than anybody I've ever seen. And it was incredible. Oh, is my voice soothing? I've been told my voice was grating. You know? I should be reading people bedtime stories, right? How's my voice soothing? I haven't told my voice was great. Yes, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Oh, my allergies are killing me. This time of year, it's like the trees are literally jizzing into the air. That's what pollen is. It's tree jizz, and we breathe it in, and it's like my nose is running, and I can literally feel the pollen in my eyes. I can feel it in my eyes. Tree jizz. Didn't ask to get cummed on by a tree, but nice design. That's a good design, God. That's like how I forget what kind of animal it is. I think it's most types of fish. The way that they make babies is that the females lay eggs, and then the males just straight up jizz into the water and just hope that it reaches its destination. Like, they're near the eggs, and they're just like coming in the water. It's like, that's good. Oh my gosh! Somebody sent a $20 super chat. Roshina on this stream. Why? Okay, I'm glad I saw it. Okay. It says, it's extremely important to get your children vaccinated for chickenpox so they don't develop shingles later in life. It's the same herpes virus, and shingles is very painful. Wow. I mean, it's important to get your children vaccinated for whatever you can, really. Like, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. Just, in general, vaccines are good, Are some parents uncomfortable about the idea of, they're a new parent, and, obviously they're very protective of their child, and they don't want the child to get hurt, and they are told, oh, they're going to need several vaccines, and, vaccines are given by injection, and that's obviously not pleasant. Do I empathize with a new parent who is uneasy in that situation? I absolutely do. I think it's totally common sense that people could feel apprehensive in that situation. Like, I get. But it is safe, and you have to think about what the alternative is. So that discomfort. Sorry. I need to get a tissue or something. That discomfort that your newborn or that your young child is going to go through from getting injections to get a vaccine is nothing compared to having, like you said, shingles. Thank you, by the way, Roshina, for the super chat. Seriously, that was very generous. Shingles, smallpox is horrific. COVID. Just that the alternative is so much worse. I mean, the fact that they could not only get a potentially painful or debilitating disease, but just outright die. You know what I mean? Like, any momentary discomfort from getting a shot or a vaccine is worth it if it prevents you from dying. But you have, anti-vaxxers like Kent Hovind and the British guy who spent like a decade getting a fake medical study done to make the MMR vaccine look shitty, which like that's still affecting people today. There's still people who don't trust the MMR vaccine just because of that residual the residual effects of that guy's campaign of misinformation. And that dude is still rich, by the way, making money doing speaking engagements and seminars, selling books. The dude that lied about the MMR vaccine in the UK is basically rich, and he is dating a model. You guys should be in jail. She'd absolutely be in jail. Yeah, Andrew Wakefield. There you go. Yeah, Andrew Wakefield. I don't know if you guys watch H Bomber Guy. Is the game audio too loud, by the way? Let me know. Let me turn that down. Andrew Wakefield lied about the MMR vaccine, measles, mumps, and rubella, and he spent all this money getting a medical survey done, a medical study done. And the participants in the medical study, because this really happened, the participants were young children who were subjected to long batteries of invasive and unpleasant and painful, sometimes, with long-lasting effects, medical tests. These children were basically abused by the hospitals they were at in order to run tests for a medical study where the only point of it was just to discredit the MMR vaccine, which was, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a vaccine that's perfectly safe. And this guy basically caused a bunch of children to be abused. I could be wrong, but I think one of them even died. And he discredited the MMR vaccine to where even today there are still people in the UK who mistrust the MMR vaccine because of Andrew Wakefield. And that guy is rich, is dating a model, and is giving seminars and selling books where he's still lying about the vaccine. You guys should be in fucking jail, dude. They should, how do you sleep at night? I don't know, I can see how people can grift or whatever, like Flat Earth or whatever, or Kent's thing, but I don't know how anti-vaxxers can live with themselves. I really don't, unless they're just actually that ignorant and that into their own beliefs. They would have to be, because how could you, I don't understand that. I literally consider anti-vaxxers to be murderers, What's the difference if people die as a result? If the end result is, oh wow, okay. Promotion again. It says Andrew Wakefield held a birthday party for his son solely so he could steal the blood of the children that attended. That's true. I forgot about that. That's actually true. He's like a literal vampire. He held a birthday party for his son. So he would not have held that birthday party? Is that what you're saying? I heard about this. He held a birthday party where he stole the blood of a child. Not his own child. He stole a child's blood. How is this guy not an actual, villain from a movie or something? Seriously. Straight? That's not like Atheist Jr. He's not straight. That's terrible. I can't. So you say that he held a birthday party for his son only for that reason? Do you think he wouldn't have had the party otherwise? That's so crazy. People are freaking monsters, dude. Anti-vaxxers are the actual worst. I was talking to a Christian today who's just this casually a geocentrist, like he mentioned this, like, oh yeah, I'm a geocentrist. I'm like, you know that we discovered heliocentrism in like 1536, right? I just spit on my monitor. Like the 1536 heliocentrism was proposed. Like we figured this out, dude. How he's like, oh well, I don't really I care more about theology. I don't really get into the science of the shape of the earth. Like, come on, dude. It's basic knowledge. You have to know that. Like, how are you that apathetic to where you're like, I don't really get into the science of whether or not the Earth actually is at the center of the solar system or not? Like, how can you be that willingly ignorant? I don't know any other way to put it other than just like willfully not caring. Are you that blinded by your own religion that you just can't even see that the earth is not at the center of the fucking solar system? The sun is? Like, we have constellations that are at different parts of the sky and visible to different hemispheres at different parts of the year. We have seasons. We have the North Star Polaris, which is visible to one side of the Earth, but not the other. Um, we have the Coriolis effect. Like, we can. Yeah. I mean, I don't know which one is actually worse. And you would think a geocentrist would also be a flat earther, right? But he was not. He's not a flat earther. Like, he draws the line there. It's so funny how like people like Kent Hovind, young Earth creationist, thinks that the Earth and the universe are 6,000 years old, which is just ridiculous. Don't ever forget that fact. That this is ridiculous. Okay, the claim of Yex, of young Earthers, say the universe and the Earth are only 6,000 years old. Never forget how insane that actually is. Okay? Because it's more like the Earth is more like 4 billion years old, and we know that from radiometric dating, which gives absolute dates. This is not controversial. And we can date Hovind, the age of the universe, by looking at basically you use the Hubble equation and you track how redshifted galaxies are, because galaxies are all moving away from us. The universe is expanding in every direction around us, and galaxies are not only moving away from us because of the universe is expanding, but that rate of expansion is increasing. And because of that, the light from these galaxies is redshifted. And you can use the Hubble equation to calculate based on that redshift how old the universe is based on that light. And we say it's about 13 or 14 billion years old. 13 billion years. Oh, is Lupin in here? Yeah. Yeah. You're an asshole, Lupin. Go away. Um, so we can calculate the age of the Earth. People who think the universe is or Earth is 6,000 years old are very, very stupid because they're Hovindites. They believe everything that Kent Hovind says is true, even though Kent Hovind is an idiot and he's a fake doctor. His degrees are not real. He is not a doctor. He is not a teacher. He has never taught anybody. You can't be a teacher if you're giving people false information. Teachers teach things that are true. Okay? And Kent was never qualified to teach in a public high school. So he's not a teacher. What he did is lie to homeschoolers. So teachers teach things that are true. Kent told things to children that were wrong. He lied to them. So Kent is a liar. He's not a teacher. So he's not a doctor. He's not a teacher. He's a liar. He's a charlatan and a fraud. And yet, he's very charismatic, and so people are fooled by him. And they think that his beliefs about the Earth and the universe are true, even though he has no education in science whatsoever. So we can calculate the age of the Earth based on radiometric dating of rocks, and that gives absolute dates. Not relative dates, absolute dates. We can calculate the age of the universe based on the Hubble equation and the redshift of galaxies. And we know that the universe is expanding outwards. Not only is it expanding, but the rate of that expansion is increasing. The speed of the expansion is increasing. Now, what's causing that? Scientists aren't really sure. They just know that there is a force that's causing something's causing the expansion rate to increase. Whatever force that is, whatever that is, they refer to as dark energy. So dark energy is increasing the expansion rate of the universe. And the universe basically has what appears to be a whole lot of mass in it based on the gravity that's detected, the gravitational waves that are detected, and yet this mass isn't visible. So scientists call that dark matter because based on their calculations of how much mass the universe should contain, it should be way higher, and yet we don't see that. We don't see that matter. So it's called dark matter. So you have dark matter and dark energy. I'm probably not explaining this very well. This is why you need somebody like Grayson on these topics, because he could talk about this way better than I can. But um, anyway, I was kicking ass earlier, and I swear I'm good at this game. But yeah, so watching the Planet Peterson debate, you know, at one point he said he called him Patterson. I think Kent forgot he was who he was debating. Yeah, it is funny that Kent Hovind is like, oh, I draw the line at flat Earth. Like the Earth is 6,000 years old, but it's obviously not flat. Like there's no evidence that the Earth is flat. It's just so ironic from somebody who has no evidence that the Earth is young, saying there's no evidence that the Earth is flat. I'd love to destroy Lupin, you know? Yeah, to teach Kent. Yeah, exactly. For Kent Hovind to teach, you have to know something. You have to have knowledge. Kent doesn't have knowledge. He just has a bunch of talking points that he's cribbed from other people like Walt Brown and Dwayne Gish, Henry Morris, the Institute for Creation Research, Answers in Genesis, Creation Ministries International. And he's just taken other people's talking points and compiled them and called it his own intellectual property and charges money for it. I mean, this man charges $50 for a set of DVDs. $50, dude. He charges $100 for a flash drive full of PowerPoint slides. $100. Bro, those same exact slides, I could give you, I'll give them to you for free right now. I have them on my Google Drive. Do not pay Kent $100 for PowerPoint slides. Okay, from Roshan again for $5, it says Kent thinks the moon landing is real, but the photos from it are faked. Yeah, he thinks the moon landing is real. When did you see him say that the photos are faked? Because I know he does think it's real, but yeah, it's interesting. Like, flat earthers don't trust NASA. Kent trusts NASA apparently, but um, Dr. Becky, yeah, she's good. Um, Yeah, dark in cosmology is just a placeholder variable for unknown phenomena. It's entirely possible dark matter, dark energy don't exist. Sorry, I thought that scientists had already made some concrete discoveries about dark matter, dark energy. I know that you can detect dark matter based on gravitational lensing. I know that that's what I had read. Because gravitational lensing is basically proof that gravity causes, or gravity is the curvature of space-time around massive objects, which is what Einstein proposed, and it's been confirmed. It got confirmed basically 100 years later by the discovery of gravitational waves at LIGO, where they have two runways, I think, in a shaped like either a T or an L intersection, and at either end they have these mirrors. There's lasers involved, And I think what it is that the light from each point is supposed to reach the end of the runway at the same time, and if it doesn't, then they know that uh, that synchronicity failing is evidence of gravitational waves, and that's how they did it. I think it was in 2015. Um, so we have gravitational waves confirmed, and gravitational lensing showing light being bent to where you can see um, stars that have a planet in front of them, or light bending around planets, or basically around black holes, because we got an image of a black hole, which doesn't really make sense. But we're not really seeing the black hole; you're just seeing the light that's basically um, around it. There's alternatives. Oh, we have Mark Reed here. Wow. Mark Reed is awesome. Mark Reed is one of the best debaters on YouTube, as Hovind debater, best debaters in general. Like, and just probably one of the most interesting people to talk to about theology or philosophy. Is definitely Mark Reed. Like, me and him and Grayson really need to do a stream together again, because I always enjoy those streams. It's difficult, like, getting not only scheduling just one other person. Like, me and Grayson are in the same state, in the same time zone, but Mark is in Australia, so that complicates things even more. And I love doing YouTube, but I do not enjoy scheduling stuff. It's probably my least favorite part. Yeah, Stony. Yeah, Mark Reed, Mark Stony, all the marks. Two pair. Uranus. So, fun cosmology or science fact: Uranus was the first planet that we discovered. Isn't that funny? So, it's either Uranus or Uranus, but Uranus sounds like urine, like pee, Uranus, like, or like you're in us, like you're inside of us, like some weird sexual thing. Like, you can't win. Like, there, it just, no matter what, the name sounds naughty. And Uranus is a gas giant. Uranus is surrounded by methane. Uranus is very cold. There's not very much sunlight on Uranus. Like, all of these things are true. These are facts. Oh yeah. See, when you get a multiplier from enough jokers, it'll like catch on fire. Yes. Tears of the Kingdom. I was actually playing that yesterday because I have an OLED Switch, a white one. Well, the OLED are always white, but yeah. So I am a Zelda fan. I haven't played all of them, but I played Tears of the Kingdom. I have I have not played Breath of the Wild. I know that might be like heretical to say, but I have Breath of the Wild. I played Tears of the Kingdom first, and now trying to go back to that game. It's like I don't see any reason to even really bother. Okay, from Roshan again. Thank you, Roshan. You don't have to. You can just add comments. You don't have to send a super chat every time. But thank you. For 4.99, it says they solved the problem of Uranus sounding like a weird joke a while ago. It's now called your rectum. Yes, that's much better. Uh, that's much better. Thank you for the super chat. Seriously. Uranus, your rectum. Rectum damn near killed him. Over. So yeah, watching the Planet Peterson debate, it had some crazy moments in it. Um, I think my favorite was, or my favorite argument was definitely when he was trying to talk to Kent about family trees and what it means for um, two organisms to be related, because this is a big thing that Kent strawmans is using the word related as a weasel word. Um, and so what he did was he drew a family tree, like, just a simple family tree diagram on like a little piece of paper, and he holds it up to the webcam, and I think this is what he said. He says, "Can show me on the family tree where one couple produces their own grandchildren." Basically what he was saying is like, you know, grand like people don't produce their great grandchildren; they produce children. A couple, a man and a woman, when they love each other very much, and they, had a few drinks, the man will drunkenly um, have sex with a woman, and he'll basically shoot the club up and bust all up inside there, and then a baby comes out. 9 months later, she farts out an 8 pounder, and then that's how a baby's born. Um, that baby is their child. So a man and a woman produce children. They don't produce grandchildren. I mean, if produce means to give birth, nobody gives birth to their own grandchildren. And his analogy is basically pointing to Kent saying that, oh, well, you think that an elephant came from an amoeba, or that humans came from an amoeba, or came from a rock even. Like that, oh, the amoeba produced everything on this family tree. The amoeba produced the whales and the crickets and the bananas and the spider crabs and the dingo and my ex-wife and the science teacher, the biology teacher. Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was a brilliant argument. And obviously, Kent had no response to it. Of course, Kent had no answers during the whole debate. From Roshina, I'm from Dawn99. It says, "I'm bored and in the shower, so I'm super chatting." Um, no comment. I normally I would say something naughty, but I am in a committed relationship now with my lovely girlfriend, and I don't make comments like that anymore. I'm a good boyfriend. So, but thank you for the super chat. Do grandparents make grandchildren? Um, no, not. They don't produce grandchildren in one generation. We were both losers, though. AJ, we played. Yeah, not saving Zelda, Wayne. It's chasing Zelda. Get it right. Philip J. Fry produced his own mother. Philip Fry met his own grandfather. Yeah, which ex-wife? In Alabama, a man being his own grandfather's. I'm my own grandfather's cousin's wife's niece. Often. So, haven't you ever heard of keeping in the family? Every 9 months and 20 minutes. That means I waited 20 minutes after my wife gave birth to stick it in her. Over. Yes. Shout out to Stacy. Um, she's well, she's probably sleeping. I don't know about you guys, but I love to sleep. I take frequent cat naps throughout the day. You know, like I just need, I need a few naps to get through the day. 24 hours is, or, they say you're supposed to sleep at least 8 hours every night, but like think about it. If you go to bed, okay, so if you go to bed at 10 p.m. and you get 8 hours of sleep, that's what I think is recommended. Then that means that you would wake up at 6 a.m. I mean, that's still, does anybody like that's early to go to bed though. That seems really early. Going to bed at 10 p.m. on the dot, like nobody does that I know of. I mean, obviously you guys don't do that. So I say, nap throughout the day. That's how I eat too. Like I'm like a cow. I graze. I don't really eat 3 meals a day. It's more like I just every 15 minutes or so I like to have a snack or something. you know, not every 15 minutes, but can I ask a question about Kent? Does he actually think that the cosmologists believe that a fully formed car or cow came out of the singularity? Um, I don't think so. Usually, when what I say about this, when people ask me, does Kent really believe the things he says, is I like to split it into two categories. Where, on the one hand, you have Kent things that Kent claims Kent's religious claims, things that Kent claims that he believes. You have things that Kent claims he believes, and you have things that Kent claims other people believe. Whenever Kent is claiming something that he believes, I'm gonna say, yeah, he really does believe that. So Kent does believe that the Earth is 6,000 years old. He definitely believes the universe is 6,000. He definitely believes that God exists, God created the universe, and that God did it in 6 literal days. He 100% believes that. I don't think anybody would find that controversial. He believes in the post-trib, pre-trib rapture. One of them, he changed his mind on it. He believes in a global flood. He believes in Adam and Eve, all that. He believes in the Walt Brown hydroplate theory. So yeah, he believes that. Now when Ken believes his own bullshit. Also, when you have a cult and when you surround yourself with yes men, who are coming to you because they're fans of your seminars and your talking points, obviously they're going to and reaffirm everything you already believe. So yeah, Kent's beliefs are locked in at this point. Whenever Kent says that he believes something, he absolutely believes it. When Kent says, "Oh, you believe this, evolutionists believe this, atheists believe this, other people believe this," that's Kent making fun of people. So I think Kent knows that Aaron Ra does not call himself Aaron Nelson, the sun god. He knows that Aaron doesn't call himself that. Aaron Kent knows that Aaron does not claim that we all came from a rock. And Kent knows that he cannot produce any textbook that has the phrase "we came from a rock," or find any clip on YouTube anywhere ever of any evolutionist or scientist saying, "I believe that we came from a rock." It's only people denying it and saying, "No, that's stupid, we don't believe that." Meanwhile, Kent says, "Yes, you do. Just admit it. You do believe that. You do believe you came from a rock." That's called gaslighting. That's what Kent is doing there. When somebody's saying, you said that, you believe that, you were acting crazy, that's gaslighting, abuser type language. So when Kent says he believes something, yeah, he does believe it. When Kent says that other people believe something, that's Kent being an abusive gaslighter and a liar. So was that a good answer to your question? Hey, you didn't even send a super chat, and I gave a fucking super chat worthy response. Calvin, fork over the money. We're broke. Okay, here at Atheist Junior, we're broke. We need as many super chats as possible because I need to buy a new Jeep. We have 10 people in the chat. Just reading, looking at the comments. Oh. My instance went out. Kent doesn't believe quark gluon plasma can exist, let alone anything more compressed. Yeah, that was a really good response by Grayson when Kent was saying, "Oh, well, if you think the whole universe fit in a dot, I bet you couldn't compress a glass of water into a dot. I'll give you all the money in my wallet, $4, if you can compress a glass of water into a dot." And Grayson it answered in a way that I would have never thought of this, but he said, "Well, actually, Kent, at CERN, you know, we were able to compress matter small enough to make quark gluon plasma, and the reason that scientists were able to do that is because if you try to compress anything made of solid matter, you'll find that its atoms are mostly empty space. So everything on Earth, including you, in the phone or computer you're watching this stream on, are made up of molecules. They're made up of atoms. Those atoms are mostly empty space. They have protons and neutrons and electrons, but most of that space is empty. I'm trying to... I got some incense, and I'm trying to find the right one. Not incest. Okay? You guys, your freaking mind in the gutter. Come on. I need some Hogan-scented incense. Dinosaur Adventureland, come down here and get high as fuck. Whatever. This is thick. This is two sticks stuck together. Oh, yeah, that's evolution right there. So, what was I saying? If she's not good enough for her family, then she's not good enough for ours. Yeah, okay. Quark gluon plasma. So, since atoms are mostly empty space, then you can compress them down. And Ken had no response to that. So yeah, he doesn't believe in the quark gluon plasma. He has no idea what it is, obviously. I pointed out to Ken that Zelda is a Christ figure in Tears of the Kingdom, and that chasing Zelda is like seeking the second coming of Christ. That's an interesting interpretation. I mean, I've beaten the game. I've beaten Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm sure you're right, but it's been a while. Oh, yeah, and somebody asked if did Kent think that there was like a dolphin or like something at the singularity. Um, I don't. It's hard to say because he's like, well, you believe that there was elephants in the whole Pacific Ocean inside that dot. It's like, well, no, Kent. Obviously, Kent knows that cosmologists think that the Earth formed. The Earth is 4 billion years old, and they say that the universe is 13 billion years old. So that means, obviously, that the Earth did not exist for what, like 9 billion years. Kent knows that that's what the belief is. He has to know that. So for him to say that, oh, you think that the whole Pacific Ocean was in that dot, and you think that the elephants were in that dot, clearly that's Kent would have to admit that that's being dishonest for him to say that we believe that the Earth, because the Pacific Ocean is part of Earth, and mammals, modern animals living on Earth now were in that dot, that they would have to exist as they do now in that dot. But Ken would say like, oh no, but I'm not saying that they exist like they do now in the dot, but the energy, the atoms that made them up, the energy was in that dot. You believe that? Well, that's obviously such a completely different explanation that it's insulting to even say that those are the same thing. I mean, they are. You can say that the energy, if you want to say that the energy that was at that singularity, really you don't have to say it was eternal, but let's just say it is eternal, and that energy would go on to become solid matter, atoms that eventually became dolphins, and atoms that eventually became part of the Earth and part of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, yeah, sure, I would agree with that, but that does not mean you can equivocate full size adult breathing dolphins as being in the singularity. It's just obviously not the same thing. So, no, I don't think Kent really believes that, but I think it's just a super dishonest straw man of his. So, is that a good question? Is that a good answer to your question? Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, yeah. Kent wrote Big Daddy. All of the text in Big Daddy is based on Kent Hovind's writing. He wrote the entire thing. In Big Daddy, Kent says that all of the experts agree that Lucy was a 3 foot tall chimpanzee, and Scott Evans, Skip Evans, at of Berkeley, uh, and National Center for Science Education fame, who died too young actually. Rip R.I.P. Skip Evans. He died in his 40s or 50s. Unfortunate, because he was a great science communicator and it seemed like a really nice guy. But he asked Kent, when Kent visited Berkeley, you say, who are these experts? Because he says, Kent, you wrote the Chick Chack Big Daddy, and in there it says all the experts agree that Lucy was just a 3 foot tall chimpanzee and not a human ancestor. He just says, who are these experts? And Kent dodges and dips and dives, and runs away like a greased pig, doing anything he can to try and avoid having to actually answer the question of who are these experts. Because Kent literally says, it says all of the experts, which would mean that the entire paleoanthropology community, including Gutsick Gibbon, the entire evolutionary biologist scientist community would agree, the entire paleontological community would agree that Lucy was a 3 foot tall chimp. All the experts, and they don't. Kent knows that. That's why he can not only not name any of the experts, he can't name a single one. And eventually, Skip Evans just walks away saying that, oh, well, I asked Kent an extremely simple, basic question, and he had no answer. And he's like, oh, yeah, I did have an answer. Come on, Skip. Atheists can't get a group of people. Atheists can't get a crowd like this. What does that have to do with anything? I'm stinking up the house. Adam and Eve incense. Yeah, no. Adam and Eve were not real. My incense is very real. Donald Trump hoping. Oh, Roshna, are you trying to? Are you trying to? Are you trying to? I don't know. Make me rich, Roshna? To anyone here, if you ever get a chance, ask Kent why the measurement of the singularity is smaller than a dot. That's interesting. What? Have you asked him that before, Roshina? Or I'm trying to get through all these comments. The Latin pronunciation takes some of the fun out of it. Uranus. Oh yeah, that's no good. Uranus. Nah. Yeah, we don't believe it came from a rock because the earliest single-celled life, the protocells, did not have any form of rock or mineral within their composition. So how could we have come from a rock? How could we come from a rock if rocks aren't living organisms? That's just stupid. Uh, Zelda sacrifices herself for the future of Hylia and then is resurrected. Zelda is also goddess Hylia. Yeah, that's true. That is true. She reincarnates as a freaking dragon. That blew my mind. I couldn't believe when that actually happened because I didn't play Breath of the Wild, so I had no concept of the dragons in the first place. You know, it's such a great game. Kent got so upset when Professor Dave called him a greased pig. Yeah, seriously. If you guys haven't seen the pa- Planet Planet Peterson debate, jeez. If you guys haven't seen the Planet Peterson debate against Kent, I promise I could talk. I can't words for garbage tonight. Um, in that debate, Kent says, "Oh, on Planet Peterson, men can become women, and there are 57 genders, and you can have sex with a dog." And Planet Peterson says that, "Oh, well, at Dinosaur Adventureland, you can cheat on your taxes, and you can beat your wife, and you can't will allow a pedophile to sleep in the same room as a 11-year-old kid." And that's when Donnie jumped in, and Kent was so mad. He got pissed. I couldn't believe that Peterson actually said that, but it's all true. None of the stuff Kent said is true, but everything that Peterson said was all true. And Donnie jumped in, which is bullshit that he has to save Kent there. It's fucking lame. But Kent was not happy. You know what I mean? That's hilarious though. Like, wow. Good job, seriously. Good job to Peterson. I hope I sent him an email. I would love for us to do some type of collaboration or whatever. Or I know he already did a review of his debate with Kent, but I definitely plan on looking at it, and I would love to review that debate with him, or even with Aiden or Big Bad Mama. Yeah, for anybody who's just joining, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live stream. I think it'll be at 2 or 3 p.m. Central. It's going to be me, Aiden, Big Bad Mama, and Karisu Tomato, if you know who that is. He's a friend of the channel, and he's on my Discord, and me and him did a video together. He does videos responding to Kent, but they're not live streamed, they're pre-recorded. And his channel's been blowing up. Like, some of his Kent videos get over 1,000 views on the first day. It's crazy. Um, so it's going to be the four of us, and we're going to be looking at a video that Kent released calling, what is the definition of a kind, or what's the biblical kind? So Kent came out with this video about kinds, and I clicked on it, and I was kind of amazed to see that, yeah, that debate was something, all right. I think it was the best Helvin debate I've seen so far. Like, to me, it's just, that's the best, he smoked him. A specific hypothesis of the Big Bang singularity says the singularity is on the Planck scale. Yeah, Kent has no idea what a Planck length is, Here, that's how long his dick is. Smaller than a period on a page, yeah. I'm so bad about losing my train of thought, I swear. Oh yeah, so we are looking at a video called what's the definition of a kind, and somehow Kent relates what's the definition of a kind to, well, evolutionists and atheists, they don't want to accept God's rules, they don't want to accept God's authority, and so they're disrespecting God by not following his rules and not believing in him. And that's somehow equivocated with children disrespecting their parents, or children being passive aggressive towards their parents. And if the parent tells them to do something, well, they can be passive aggressive and do the task very slowly. And that if you're told to do something by an authority figure and you do it very slowly, that's actually a sign of disrespect. Or if you are sarcastic in the face of somebody demanding that you do something, that's being disrespectful. Yeah, because Kent Hovind has never been sarcastic, right? Kent Hovind has never challenged authority demanding him to do something, right? Oh yeah, except for when he didn't want to pay taxes, so he didn't pay taxes. But that's not him disrespecting the authority of the U.S. government and the IRS. But yeah, so Kent goes from talking about the definition of kinds to talking about, oh well, parents are disrespected by their children, which is actually Kent just still harping on this story about the lazy teenage girls at DAL. That's what the whole stream is about. He's still butthurt about this, and he feels disrespected, I think, by Planet Peterson because he basically did disrespect him. Like he destroyed Kent, and so Kent does a whole stream of butthurt where he basically compares himself to God. Like I'm being 100% literal when I say Kent compares himself to God in that stream. And holy shit, talk about entitled. Kent is so entitled. Like in that last video, Kent is talking about the truck he wanted to buy, where he calls the guy and he's like, "Hello, my name is Kent. I'm a Baptist preacher. I've been saved for 55 years. I've been preaching for 50 years, and I think I know my Bible pretty well. So we have a Creation Science Center here. And I have a set of DVDs. Now, DVD number one, that's about the age of the Earth." And the guy's like, "I know who you are. I'm not interested." Click. And he's like, "He hung up on me, but I'm Kent Hovind." And so the guy knew who Kent Hovind was. His reputation preceded him, and he just said, "Yeah, I know who you are. I know all about you, Kent, and I'm not interested." And he says, "Well, don't I get a chance to defend myself? I thought this was America. You see, in America," and the guy hung up. And what annoys me is that Kent says, "What do I do now?" Or what am I supposed to do? What do I do now? What do you do now? What do you mean? The guy was selling his used truck. You called the number, the guy knew who you were, and decided, based on your reputation, that you were not eligible to buy the truck. So he is choosing to sell it to somebody else, or just choosing not to sell it to you. That's his prerogative. That's his choice. It's a seller's market. He can do that. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Go to a used car lot. Go look on the internet. Go to a dealership. Go anywhere. Like, there are literally millions of other avenues for finding a used car. What do you mean, what do I do now? Are you so entitled that you think that guy is just obligated to sell you the truck? What, because you're Kent Hovind? You're like, what do I do now? Can't stand Kent. Seriously, what a scumbag. Like, and one of my commenters, I swear, you guys do this shit. You guys are so smart. Like, the people in my chat, the people in my comment section, you guys always post the best comments. And I think I really have one of the best communities on YouTube. I know people say that, but I actually believe it, that I have the best community on YouTube, the best side chat. Somebody said that the reason that Kent did that whole speech is because he was trying to get a discount on the truck. And it backfired. But that Kent wouldn't, clearly it's worked before, because Kent wouldn't have tried that if it hadn't worked before. And I was like, that is such a good point. Holy crap, I didn't even think of it that way. That's absolutely true. What a great point. And how sad is that? You know what I mean? That people have actually fallen for this. Okay, I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, and then I'm probably gonna shut the stream down, guys. But oh, we got Bree in the side chat. I swear, Bree always shows up when I'm saying I'm gonna end the stream. I swear, every single time. Kent was no doubt trying to get a discount on the truck. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that you have an equally good community, Bree. But it's a different subject matter. Oh, look, it's a queen. Like Queen Bree. Queen Bee. Yeah. So and yeah, that was a great comment. And it's absolutely true that Kent thought he was not only entitled to be able to buy the truck, but that he would get a discount for it just because, oh, well, I'm Kent Hovind. I love the art style of this game. It's so cool. But yeah, it totally backfired on him. And I like that Kent is finally having the rug pulled out from under him after a lifetime of, being handled with kid gloves. He's finally seeing, oh wow, I guess the rules do apply to me. That was a lesson that had to be beaten into him by him going to jail, and now he's finding out, oh, apparently not everybody is pleased with my actions. I spent like the past 30 years fucking over hundreds of people, and now it's actually coming back to sort of bite me a little bit. And Kent doesn't like that. You know what I mean? Like he does all these streams saying, "Well, why are there all these rumors about us? How come there's all these rumors?" It's like, Kent, if you didn't do these streams addressing the rumors, like 90% of us wouldn't even know about any of this. So you're literally causing the rumors to be spread. You're the one spreading rumors about yourself, effectively. It's hilarious. He's so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Yeah, it is. It is time to sleep. I think Stacy's got the right idea. Stacy's mom, it's kinda going on. Cash out. Cash out. I'm a joker. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight hoven. Wow. Wild man. Wild hoven. I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 earlier. Such a great game. Just such a great game. Great. Great game. Oh, this never works. Nope. Nope. I swear I've used like 10 of those and they were like, nope. Fuck you. Wild card. What? Yeah. I'm a wild card. Wild thing. You make my Hoven sing. Ooh, three of a kind. Through full house. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. The Midnight Hoven, is that like the Dark Kent, the Dark Knight? I love Kent's rumors videos. Yeah, me too. I love them. He always mentions new rumors no one has ever heard of before. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Uranus. Um, it's like the panty incident on the Emma Thorne video. Um, like none of us would know anything about that. We didn't know about it, and now that you've mentioned it, now it's like now I'm more curious than ever when I wouldn't have even have known it at all. It's like Kent has the least amount of self-awareness of anybody I've ever encountered in my entire life. It's not an exaggeration, and it's not even close. All right. Well, this has been fun. Thank you so much to Rochino. I think he sent like $40 in super chats or something crazy like that. Thank you. Thank you to the people who sent super chats. Thank you to the people hanging out in the side chat. I know this was a different stream, but um, sort of a trial run or a proof of concept. I wanted to see if maybe you guys would be interested in streams like this, or I've been thinking about doing stuff on Twitch just to help grow the channel a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to be ending the stream here, but hope you guys enjoyed. All right.